F-TYPE V8S. So that's the top version with 495 horsepower and 625 Newton meter of torque. So we're going to find out today why this is the most evil cat Jaguar has ever built. As we've seen, the F-TYPE is a perfect car for fast serpentine roads, and it makes so much fun to hunt it around every corner. So if you got a racetrack nearby, you really should go there like every weekend, because that's the perfect car for that. It's not a car like for slow cruising or something like that. Then you should rather get a GT, a Jaguar XK for example. But the Jaguar F-TYPE is clearly a sports car. And so for example here, when we got like roads which are rather bumpy, you see it at the steering wheel. As soon as some bumps come and the road changes, the steering wheel kind of works for itself a bit. So you really have to hold tight to the steering wheel. It's not that comfy driving. You really have to work with the car, and that's also intentional. It should be like a working sports car. You should feel the road. You know, it's a direct translation from the road to the driver. And what is very nice about this car is of course also the interior. We can see it here, it's very sporty. We get the shifting pedals up here. The pedals are very good positioned, you can shift very well. But like in this top version, V8S, it has this orange color, which is supposed to be very special. Okay, it looks nice, but it feels really cheap. It feels almost like you could like rip it off on yourself. We see these round elements everywhere, here and here as well, like for the heating. And very special is also this part of the interior. This is my, well, design favorite lever, because this is inspired by the Eurofighter, so inspired by aircraft. If you pull it up, it's the winter mode, like for slippery conditions. And if you pull it down, it's the race mode, so the traction control is even like leveled down. But my very favorite key is this one. This one is for the exhaust. This is out and this is in. And now, for example, when you shift down and press the throttle, and when you hear this sound, as an automotive enthusiast, it always gives you this broad smile everywhere you go, and you can't let off, you know. This is just pure emotion when you hear this sound from the F-TYPE. So to conclude, what do I love about the F-TYPE? It's the sportiness, because it's so much fun to drive. 50-50 the weight of the car, you know. You have like an equal balance from front to rear. That's so wonderful to drive. So I would say buy this car if you're going on racetracks, if you really want to drive fast. But if you more like want to enjoy some nice cruising and like long cabriolet tours, you should probably better pick a Gran Turismo. And so what's like missing in this test is like the everyday usability, if there is one. So come and follow me. Because what's interesting is are the seats in the interior, of course, and I would say they look very cool. This one is also like the in red, racing red. Also the belts in red, very nice. But you know, the seats are not too comfy. So when you drove like 1 or 2 hours, you really get some back pain. So it's really like rather for the racetrack. So let's close the roof, because then we can see. Sorry, wrong side. This is the right one to turn the lever. So now it's coming. And you see it goes very fast. And also when you're like driving, I think it's like 30 or 40, that's still fine. You can still close the roof, so that's very practical. What is not so practical is of course the trunk. But I must say, as I saw it the first time, it looked smaller. And now as I've tested it a little bit, you can actually put some stuff here. I got some shoes here and like the backpack, and there is like a space for some more stuff like tire repair. And so well, you can't put like high things in there, but for example another laptop bag or like a trolley which isn't too high, you can really use it. So for a weekend trip with 2 people, that's perfectly fine. So I hope you liked the F-TYPE review. We'll close with the very beautiful headlines and the badge.